Space Shuttle Discovery with the Hubble Space Telescope, our window on the universe.
Humanity needs to seek something larger than itself. We have to. And maybe that's part of living in this universe. Maybe that's what our sense of aesthetics is driving us to try to comprehend something much larger than ourselves. The Mount Wilson Observatory here was built in 1912. Now it's getting to be almost 100 years old. And it's one of the real cathedrals of science to me. It's a place where our view of the universe changed dramatically. It was actually here where we first understood what the scope of the universe really was. And I'm sure we haven't seen the end of it yet, but this was the place where they began to realize that there were, in fact, not just the thousands of stars that we can see with our eyes, but there are the billions in our galaxy, and that our galaxy is not the only galaxy. I feel the same way here that I do in the grand cathedrals of Europe. There's sort of a hush, there's a peace here, there's a spirituality to it, there's a wonderful sense that this is where humans have tried to reach farther than their own grasp. I think a lot of scientists are uncomfortable with the idea that what we do has some sort of spiritual reality to it, has some sort of meaning to it in that way. But to me it does. I find that trying to answer these large questions, trying to understand what our place is in the universe, to me it's almost the same sort of feeling I get when I think about worship.
Discovery, go for Hubble release.
Okay, we have a go for release.
Okay, Charlie.
They chose an area of the sky that they thought was nearly empty. They really didn't know of anything that existed there, no stars, no galaxies. And then they let the telescope stare at it for many days on end. And what they found were uncountable numbers of galaxies. So if you think about the entire dome of the sky, this was 1/30 millionth. And they found over 2,000 galaxies in that space. I can't look at that image and not feel drawn into the depths of the universe. You really get to see what the extent is, how far out the galaxies we can see go. And that changed me. I wasn't the same after I saw that. Most of the stuff that I do personally has to do with stars, the lives of stars. This is a picture of the very heart of the Orion Nebula, which is one of the most active places that stars are forming at the moment. And when we look at this giant cloud of gas and dust, where literally hundreds of stars are forming right now, there's an incredible interplay between creation and destruction. These pink dots that you see there are massive new stars that have just turned on. They're only a few million years old. And all around these new stars, there are smaller stars with their own solar systems trying to form. Some people seem to think that explaining the beauty of the universe somehow takes away something from the spirituality of it, something from God. Do you lessen the beauty of a sunset when you explain the reason the sun is red is because the sun's rays are being absorbed by the atmosphere? But to me, nothing could be farther from the truth. We are revealing the beauty of creation. We have the need to worship something, to feel awe. And being an astronomer, one of the real reasons I decided to become an astronomer was that connection. And I can't stop. I can't stop feeling awe, I can't stop wondering about the universe, and I can't stop praying.